Good morning, one and all. Thanks for giving an opportunity to present my research paper in this experts committee. And thank you, Agarwal sir, for giving me the second time opportunity to present my paper. Last year also I had a privilege to present my paper, which is again in the field of the finance. Now also I'm giving my this paper, which is again the individual investor behavior. Now, one second, let me. Sorry. Sorry, sir, I'm not. One second. Yeah. So I think that you are able to see my screen presentation. Is it visible? Okay, thank you. So here I have taken the topic with individual investor behavior. This is my research area, and I am specialized. I'm doing more study on this. Last year, I have presented the paper with the neurofinance. Now I'm going the analysis of the particular behavior of individuals. I just have adopted the mean Gini portfolio analysis. This is stochastics domains, which is the random process probability. With this, how we can analyze or how we can find out that the portfolio, whichever is chosen by the investors, whether it is having a positive sign, and what behavior is dominant to the investor when they are selecting the particular portfolio. So here, before we go in detail, sir, it is my screen is visible, or I should make it okay.
Visible?
Yeah. So here, so mean Gini variance is the new, I can say that it is usually they used in physics, chemistry, biology, nanoscience. In that only they will mostly use this analysis instead of standard variance or anything. They will use this mean Gini variance as their result finding process. But here the new studies in last 5-6 years, they have introduced this particular application in finance also. Finance, especially to find out that how the portfolio is designed by the investors. It will be helpful to the investor as well as the invest advisors, or maybe the financial advisors and experts. And at the same time, it will be helpful to the policy makers to design on that. Here, the beauty of this particular analysis is that it will give you the random process where the particularly the mean Gini variance can be approached risky prospects and construct helps to construct the optimal portfolios. Because
excuse me, we are not able to see your slides. I don't know. We can see just your PC document where it says about the presentation, but we can't see the slides.
one second. Can you give me 1 minute? I will stop
Yes,
and
yes.
I will.
Yeah, ma'am, you have to double click it. Yeah.
Yeah. Just say share the screen and then double click your presentation.
1 second.
Now you had shared the screen well, but only thing is like you need to run this PowerPoint presentation. Yeah.
Now it's visible.
This is fine. It's fine. Yes, yes, it's visible. Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks for the suggestion. Thank you. So this particularly that Gini variance approach is to analyze the risky prospects. Usually what will happen, there are three types of investor: retailer investor, individual investor, as well as the institutional investor. Here I have taken only the individual investor behavior. There are different types of behavior, but I'm not going in detail with it. As a research paper only, I have taken three behaviors where I have analyzed that which behavior is dominant when they are selecting their portfolio. But this mean Gini variance, why I have adopted, the reason is that it will help, it is very much benefit when the portfolio or maybe the choice of the investor, when it is having a what we can say that it is having an equal distribution and it is having a random process. That means that the continuity, if it is there, this Gini variance can be applicable. But the Gini variance cannot be applicable when there is discontinuation in process, or maybe the choice of the portfolio is not having a uniformity. That time this cannot be applicable. Sorry, I don't know how to go to next slide. Yeah. So here I have taken two major factors. One is an economic factor, another one is the psychological factors. When I'm talking about the economic factors, the overall performance of the company. So portfolio means I'm focusing only on the financial assets. I'm not focusing on the any other assets, physical assets or no other assets. Only I'm focusing on the financial assets. The reason is that financial assets are mostly depend on the expected utility theory. So this particular variance analysis will be focused on the utility theory too. So when I'm taking the economic factors, there are company performance, the shareholders' values, as well as the market performance as a major dominant of whatever the shareholders is taking decision before they are deciding on their portfolio choices, as well as the industry nature, how the industry is performing, and the profitability, earning ratios, or maybe the price movement, or maybe the whatever the market condition, political conditions. This all can be major factors. Then the risk aversion or risk taking capacity of the not the investor of the company or maybe the industry, how much they are ready to diversify the risk. We can say that debt equity ratio, how far they are good under that. So there are many financial assets are there, that is shares, bonds, and debentures, etc. That are all the combination of that only we are going to see here. Here the psychological factors I have taken: the fear of loss, overconfidence, optimism, and the positive attitude and herding behavior. For this, I have designed the what you can say that I have designed the questionnaire in such a way that how we can analyze the particular factors. The major objective of the study is that to develop further action to empower the financial investor with the appropriate information, to know the mindset of the investors, to help them managing their investment portfolio, to exemplify what many Gini variance measures in an investment context. Suppose that an investment return can be characterized as a random draw from the probability distribution. This is the objective of the study. So that portfolio analysis, as I have already discussed, that I have given an introduction, that it is possible when the return on investments are normally distributed, or the investor preference can be considered by the quadratic function. So quadratic function means positive, negative, negative, positive, positive. This four basic this thing is has to be involved. That is return as well as the risk. These two factors are considered here. The reliability depends on the shape of the probability distribution of the returns and the function which is involved. Here I have taken the utility function is that how much the mindset of the investor risk taking, or risk cappers, or risk averser. That is a utility function I have taken here. It is a this particular paper is little mathematical implications are there. Mathematical domination will be there in this paper, because the reason is that this is with help of my father. He's a mathematician, and especially he is specialized in stochastic process. He's a great scientist too, and he's not keeping well, and I'm dedicating to him. That is what my intention to give this particular paper. So this his participation and his contribution in this paper is much more. He's Professor Tyagarajan. Yeah. So here we have taken the motivation. The main motivation is here. We have taken the two distribution. One is F, another is a G. That means the return and the risk is taken as a major factors. For this, we are having the mu F is greater than or equal to mu G. And mu F is this lambda F greater than or equal to mu G lambda G. This is a basic motivation. Based on that, there were with your permission, I'm skipping this. Already I have discussed this. So there are three theorems were developed with this basic motivations. That from that theorem we have derived how we can apply that Gini variance to the probability process, because without the probability process we cannot find either the non-parametric or maybe parametric basis only. We have to analyze whatever the data we have collected as for the primary research. So for that we have developed the theorem. That from that theorem we have this is already Honk and Levy. From there the utility function they have given that that particular two orders, that is the first degree and second degree of stochastics domains. We will be hereafter we will be using that one, FSD and SSD. From that we have developed this theorem. So this, based on this theorem, first outcome of the first theorem is that we found that lambda 2 is the integral part of a to b 1 minus f of x to the square, the first order of differentiation, then 1 minus g of x into squared, again the first order of differentiation. With that we found that 2 minus fx minus gx is a non-negative and there is no increase in x. This is the assumption that it is having a the returns or maybe the function return as well as the risk is a constant process. So that is what, as I told you, this based on the quadratic functions. Then the theorem 2. So further the development from the first theorem, here we have assumed that beta x change signs n times, then it will be giving you that integral alpha to x2 alpha z beta z first order of differentiation, then beta z dz again is a first order of differentiation. We are getting the final value as a integral a to x alpha z beta z dz, which is greater than or equal to, sorry, greater than 0 for all x. Whatever the x values we are taking, it will be so x values here, it is that the changes or maybe the choices of the portfolio. Then theorem 3. The theorem 3 is if f and g, that means that risk and return are both normal and both are log normal and both are uniform, then they intersect almost once. Again we are differentiating, or maybe when we are doing the integration part of this particular equation which we have derived in theorem 1, 2, and we are getting a sufficient second stochastics domains SSD here. So the proof is that here then if f and g do not intersect, in the case if it is not meeting it, having in the same point, as we know that quadratic functions is never met in one point. So when it is not intersect, then with the limit of that n to the limit of infinity, then integral a to b, then again that particular that equation which we have derived in the theorem 1.2, again we are equalizing with the lambda n greater than or equal to 0, while n limits to the infinity, ensure that the g is here is a risk. So it is the final second stochastics domains is derived as integral alpha to x f z dz, that is f is a return, and greater than, less than or equal to that integrate when we are differentiating with that g of x is here, it is the return. So this is about the final derivation is that as per the theorem 1 and 2, the extension, we got this particular the final stochastics second order dominance, which that mean Gini variance, it is weighted integration. So what will happen when we are applying the values in this particular portfolio, whatever you have chosen, what will happen in the 45-degree angle indices, we will know that which one will you give the maximum return and minimum risk. So for that only we are using this equation, which is derived from the theorem 1, 2 and 3. So this is, with this, the expression 1 minus f of x is the probability that x is greater than the small x. That is the probability that of u of x, that means the utility function of x, affects the mean utility. So then 1 minus f of x, this when we are expanding that one, u of x affects then the mean utility and the right by which g of x, that is a risk, minus f of x is evaluated. So that means that whether the risk is more or maybe the return is more, that can be evaluated with this help of this particular equation. Since the Gini mean difference for this portfolio, this is what we have construction of efficient portfolio. If you apply this particular lambda, which is equal to sigma ij and sigma k of k to the j, and this particular portfolio, we will be getting a uniformity where mu is the require mean return. So that means that we will be finding the maximum return whatever the investment you are doing, subject to where the g, that means that what is will be the risk is involved. So here for this I have collected data in around 70 plus sample only I have taken with the closed circle in Saudi Arabia, because I was worked before in Saudi, and as well as I have a focus group I'm having, those who are much in what you can say that they are much in interested in different type of investments. I have taken them as my sample, and with this I have created the formulated the following hypothesis, whether the newspaper and then the publication which is influencing them, or maybe the investment consultant, whoever is giving an idea with that they are getting a influence, or maybe the company past performance, or maybe the current financial data. So as in the beginning, as I have told you, I have taken the two factors. One is an economical factors, another one is the what you call psychological factors. For the psychological factors, I have formulated first two hypotheses. For the economic factors, I have formulated the next two hypotheses. So the snapshot of the particular investor profile which I have derived is 63.9% responded from the male, and 37.7 majority are from the age of 35 to 50 age group, and nearly 50% from the PG degree holders, and nearly 42.6% are from the middle managers, and 26 respondents, they are much of they're having an objective as a capital gain. And like this I have given the snapshot what are the demographic profile of the what you call that sample. So apart when we are moving forward, as I said that, so that mean Gini variance can be possible with the maximum quadratic function when it is exists. With this, we are doing the random or continuous time when it is going as a stochastic process. We are applying the exponential distribution formula, so basic formula which we used to do in the probability, that we have applied here from the theorem whatever we have derived. So this will be the formula which we are using in the final data analyze whatever we have analyzed. So this is a variance and Gini variance, that four factors which I have. I think that we are able to see my screen in the big way. So we have set the questionnaire is how that four factors, that is whether the information from the newspapers, or maybe the information from the financial advisor, or maybe the current performance, or maybe the past performance of the company, how it is getting influenced by the investors, that we have analyzed with the help of this the continuous stochastic domains. And these are all the values which is given in this table. And the summary of this particular hypothesis, I have taken first two hypotheses is based on the behavior, herding behavior. Second two hypothesis is based on the anchoring. So when you are seeing the values of the lambda power 2, the Gini variance value is giving in you can see that in herding behavior, you can see that it is very lesser. And where whatever is lesser, we are taking that one is influencing factor of the individual investor. So you can see here in the anchoring, the values are minus 216.96 something. And in the second one, that is that one is giving you minus 46.81. So for the anchoring, the values, you can see that one. So when the values of the anchoring, the herding is more higher in the Gini variance, we have conclude that there is an investor is when the portfolio selection, when it is, they are having a quadratic function, when we are applying the continuous random stochastics domains, that time we can find that there will be the behavior which the individual investor is influences herding behavior. So the final conclusion domains criteria for decision under risk is ideal for portfolio analysis for a greater variety of financial assets. As I told you in the beginning, I have taken only the financial assets such as shares, bonds, debentures, and these things only I have taken as a basic portfolio combinations, and it adds upon the trade-off between the risk bearing and diversification that can also be required in mean returns. As we discussed in the beginning, that mu, that is the mean returns, when the mu mean difference is higher and the lambda is lesser, that will be considered as a better portfolio combinations. And this research could include the considering the higher moments and co-moments, additional parameters besides the risk aversion parameters, and even more general function we can add, but we have to see that it should have a randomly progressing. It can also be extended to include an objective function that not only the reflects on the trade-off between the return and risk, economic and psychological factors, but also the measure of the financial stability. So in this research, I have not concentrated on the, or maybe I have not extended my study with the financial stability. So that can be included in the future studies.